Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of the Daily Sales Message, where each day, for at least 5 days now, we provide you with a piece of simple, actionable advice that's going to help you to improve your sales performance and also feel more confident too. If you're new here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell. For me, it comes in 2 parts. The first part is having what I call a clear sales message, so people understand what you're trying to sell to them. And the second one is having selling confidence, which is the behavioral side of things, knowing what to do and say and how to feel natural and comfortable when you're in a selling conversation. Today, we're talking about something that's very close to my heart because I'm a bit obsessed, bit of a fanatic, and hopefully my wife doesn't listen to these. She doesn't know how many of these I actually own. But it's domain names. For me, domain names are a real cheat code when it comes to having a clear sales message, communicating with your buyer. And I'll give you a direct example. If we were in a real world setting right now, in a pub, in a coffee shop, wherever, and I'm recommending my podcast to you, what am I going to do? I'm going to say, oh yeah, just look me up on your podcasting on your phone, Daily Sales Message, you'll find me there. That's one way of doing it. And lots of businesses operate in that way. So, or Google us or whatever, or here's a complicated link that I can't actually remember as a human being. So I'll have to email it to you because it's got lines and numbers and squiggles in it and whatnot. That's option 1. Option 2 is, oh yeah, you should check out my podcast. It's dailysalesmessage.com. There you go, dailysalesmessage.com. I bought that domain name for £10. It's easy to read, write, speak, and spell. Read, write, speak, and spell. There's no difficult words in there whatsoever. dailysalesmessage.com. Obviously, it aligns to the actual name of the podcast itself. But look at the difference. If I'm trying to promote my offering, promote my podcast in this instance, I can use a domain name that costs me £10, dailysalesmessage.com, or I could potentially lose you because I'd have to say, I'll email you the link, or just look on your phone, and you might not find it. There's friction. There's a barrier for the sake of £10. Same goes for YouTube channels. My YouTube channel is jamesnewell.tv. jamesnewell.tv, and there's about 600-700 plus videos on there. I've been very, very busy over the last few years. But again, if I was trying to tell you to find me on YouTube, what do I say? Google my name on YouTube, or I'll post you the link and I'll probably forget, etc. So the moral of the story today is your domain name easy to read, write, speak, and spell? Are you using the simplest domain name you possibly could for the products and services and offerings that you have? Because if you aren't, it could be a potential barrier between you and your buyer, because if something isn't easy to read, write, speak, or spell, then maybe they're not going to remember, they're not going to click on it, it's just not going to work. And for the sake of £10, it makes sense. The final point before I go here on domain names, from my experience, and I've named dozens and dozens and dozens of companies and products, etc., I find that we guess in .com. So if I tell you my podcast is called Daily Sales Message, you would expect to go to dailysalesmessage.com, enter and find me there, not .co.io, .org.uk, anything else. So I'm based in the UK. A lot of my clients are based in the UK. Even so, I recommend securing the .com because from my experience, that's how people guess. Well, that's it for another episode of the Daily Sales Message. Hope you found that as fascinating as I did, because I do love a bit of domain names. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about something that really, really gets my goat, and it's a red herring, and it just confuses so many people, and we'll set it right tomorrow in, judging by the episode so far, about 5 to 6 minutes or less. But we're going to be looking at USP, unique selling proposition, unique selling point, and why I think being unique is completely pointless and completely worthless. But you have to tune in tomorrow for that. Thanks for listening. If you aren't already subscribed, then please do hit that button. And if you found this useful, feel free to share this with somebody you know, or if you're feeling super generous, review us on your podcast platform of choice. That's it for the Daily Sales Message. I'll see you tomorrow.